So the South African Association of PhDs is worried about the high-profile personalities accepting honorary doctorates from bogus institutions. Veteran actor Sello Maake kaNCube is the latest to be duped by the Trinity International Bible University, which the Higher Education Minister, Nzimande, has revealed is unregistered. Zwelinzima Vavi, Winnie, Mashaba, Deborah, Fraser also received honorary PhDs from the institution. Joining us now to talk about it is the first Deputy President of the South African Association of PhDs, Dr. Avela Majavu. Dr. Majavu, good morning. Thank you so much for making time for us. Am I correct by calling you doctor, first of all?
Yes, definitely. I am a doctor. I hold PhD in chemistry from Nzimande University.
Okay.
Hi, everyone.
Okay. Thank you so much, Doctor. I want to start off here, though. In that statement that you've issued, you speak about, and we'll deal with the difference between a honorary doctorate as well as an academic doctorate. You say that it's inappropriate for an honorary doctorate degree recipient to place the title doctor in front of the name in written correspondence as well as documentation, and also it is inappropriate for them to demand to be referred to as doctors. Why is that the case?
The thing is, there's a difference between the honorable one and also the PhD one. The PhD one, you dive in the work-related research, and it's very intense. For example, on my side, it was the chemistry, so which is I spent 4 years, and also you have to defend your qualification. But the honorable one is say that, hey, we recognize you, we see you with your work, whether it's the community or society, or else, or maybe it's the university that recognize you. So for you now to put it as and also emphasize to us as to call the doctor, for us is inappropriate, because it's only that institution that gave you that title, so that can be able to call you about being a doctor, not us as the public to call you a doctor, or put it on your front as a Dr. Avela Majavu, whereas I know that is an honorable one. That one I can say I'm Miss Avela Majavu,
yep.
Not doctor.
So what's wrong with it then? Because if an institution has recognized the work that I've done, my intellectual capacity and contribution to a specific industry, and then says that because of this work that you've done, we would like to bestow this accolade on you and give you this honorary doctorate. What is wrong with me saying that I am actually Dr. Eldrin Simpier because University X has honored me and bestowed this honorary doctorate upon me?
Okay, thank you for that. For me, it's like your university is the one actually say that you are a doctor. We honor you. Us, as the public, we can say that we appreciate you as being honored by that university, not to enforce it as to say you are a doctor. You are not. There are two types of doctors in South Africa that we have. It's a PhD and the doctors, the medical doctors. Yeah.
Is that the international standard as well? Because sometimes what you also find is that, and as you say now, that an A institution would give you the honorary doctorate, but then you find that multiple institutions have also honored you and given you this honorary doctorate as well. But is that an international standard?
Yes, it's an international standard, and also it depends on how they address it, or what is their criteria.
Yeah. So if somebody then comes to me and says, like for instance, the interview that we're having with you now, and says that I insist on being called Dr. Majavu, and when we do our research then finds out that actually this is an honorary doctorate that the individual has received. As a media house, because this also now speaks to how this influences our editorial policy, as a media house, how do we address that particular individual?
First of all, if I say I'm Dr. Avela Majavu, you have to ask me, when do you get your qualification? Which university is that? Then I can tell you that I got my PhD in chemistry from Nzimande University. Then you are comfortable. If I say that an honorable, then that's why you will have to question yourself that how do we call you a doctor, whereas you've been honored by that particular university. So I think everyone now needs to do some research and also understand between the PhD and the honorable one.
Yeah. Tell us about the confusion that all of this has caused.
It has caused a lot of confusion because everyone wants to be a doctor, not putting any sweat on it, because it's a sacrifice for us to say that now you have to do 4 years, for example, that was the minimum, 4 years for doing PhD. That one is just an achievement. So the confusion for the people is they want the title, of which the title, you're not just going to get it without even working very hard. Yes, we understand that you have done social and community, but that particular university has also addressed you or has also acknowledged that. It's an acknowledgement for the honorable one, not the degree.
Yeah, and I see that in the statement again, you refer to, for instance, on a CV, that the individual who did get the honorary doctorate can refer to the honorary doctorate in their CV, but however, it must be under awards and honors, not education or academic qualifications.
Yes, that one is true, because mine is under education because I have PhD, and then the other one is an achievement, is an honor or an award. So you just put it under that is one of the things that we have achieved for 2021, for example.
Yeah, and with the honorary doctorates, which institutions are allowed to actually issue those?
The institutions that are registered under the Department of Higher Education, and also that they can be verified by SAAPhDs. So if you are at the bogus university, or you're not registered, then I doubt that you have to give any of the qualifications, regardless whether it's undergrad or the PhD one.
Mm-hmm. And these institutions, if it is an international institution, would there need, is there a requirement that it must be a recognized institution by SAAPhD? The institution may not be registered with the South African, with our South African Higher Education Department. However, though, the institution does exist. It is there, it is accredited, but not with South Africa.
Yes. So us as a South African PhD, for example, if you have your qualification, you have your qualification outside South Africa. So we make sure that we verify it, we send it to SAAPhDs, and then it takes like about a month or so, or 3 months. It just depends, just to get your verification, just to understand that do you have this PhD? How did you get this PhD? So it's an extra mile. I know that in South Africa it's easy. You can just get it within 2 to 3 or a month. But for the international one, we have to go deeper on that one. That's why as South African Association PhD, we are partnering with the SAAPhDs to also help them to assist them as well, being the part of the people that they vent these qualifications.
Speak to us about some of the recommendations that you're making to the Department of Higher Education.
Department of Higher Education, I think they need to firm up. They need to be strong, and also to not to kind of like not to disappoint us as the PhDs holders, because we feel like that now it's everyone can just have the wake up in the morning and have the PhD, or they call themselves the doctor. So we urge, and also that we need to uproot this this sin basically, because for us as an association, we feel like we've been undermined basically.
And Dr. Majavu, does this not then speak to, and I hate to use this phrase, but the vanity of that comes with holding the title that is doctor, that the ones who have gotten the academic qualification PhD and the ones who got the honorary PhD, is that the ones who got the academic PhD are sitting and saying that, but this person didn't put in all of the work. Why should they be bestowed a title of doctor, which speaks to me the element around vanity?
Yes, I think that's why I said from previously that I think everyone wants to have this academic, this qualification. So if you see any institution that they can offer this honorable one, but when you look at the work of the person, you're that, no, man, this one does not even, can't do that. It was just being a community giver. So for now, if you are claiming that now you need to be honored, and even those bogus universities, they always like to go to people like celebrities or famous people that they know nothing. So that they say that now we've seen your work from 1997 up until now, you have done very well. So for them, I don't understand their criteria and how do they honor, because in the university we have criteria, how we honor the person.
Thank you so much for your time, Dr. Majavu, and at this statement as well, also saying that honorary degrees should not be awarded in exchange for financial contributions. Thank you so much, Dr. Majavu. They're speaking to us about the difference between academic as well as the honorary doctorates.